I have my next guest, Coach Sarah. You're here. How are you? Welcome.
Hello, I'm fantastic. How are you?
Yes. So you have your title as Come Back Home, the soft return to self. I love it. Love it. Come back home. Thank you. So
Yeah.
Sarah stands for guiding families back to, I wonder if it's home, but maybe not. Let's find out. She believes every nervous system deserves something. She is committed to helping parents and children create blank. I don't know. She didn't tell me. She is here to show us that the journey home to yourself can be. Please tell us what can be. Can be what? Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for having me, Kohila. I am excited and grateful to be here. This is an amazing experience this week. I just have to say, I'm so thankful for everyone's vulnerability this week. There's been some very tough and heartfelt moments and insight into other people's lives and experiences. And it's hard to do this, but it's so important to see that we're not alone and no one's perfect. So thank you to all the presenters and thank you, Kohila, for your work and awareness and shifting perspectives. And thank you to everyone watching, whether you're live today or watching the replay later. We're getting close to the end of day 3 here, and there's been a lot to digest, and you may have various emotions that have come and gone or are just lingering under the surface. And I'm here just to gently guide you in slowing down and to offer you an invitation back to yourself. Because there's a place inside us that's been waiting to be welcomed back, not forced, not rushed, not to perform, and not to fix, just invited. So this isn't a strategy, it's a remembering, it's a return. And before we begin, I invite you to pause and place a hand to your heart and take 3 deep, gentle, unforced breaths. And I like to breathe in through my nose and breathe out through your nose or through your mouth, whatever is comfortable for you. Now whisper, I am safe even when I soften. So a while back, a child in my life began to say something that really shattered me. It was, I hate myself. I'm a bad kid. And honestly, I wasn't sure how to handle it. I initially told her not to say that because how we talk to our brain matters. And it does. It absolutely does. You've been hearing about the talk to your brain model. But this child didn't stop saying those heartbreaking words just because I told her to stop, or because I later tried to logically explain and bring understanding as to why it's important to talk to ourselves and about ourselves with patience and kindness. And she still didn't stop when I disagreed with her, telling her, trying to convince her with my reassuring words that she's not a bad kid and of course she's so very loved. And even when I attempted to use humor in the moment to lighten the harshness and the hurt of those words, nothing I was trying seemed to make a difference. Nothing was landing for this child. Instead, she continued to occasionally repeat those words in frustration. I hate myself. I'm a bad kid. I knew I needed to try something different. I realized I had been trying to comfort her from urgency, not from calm. And instead of reacting to her outbursts the next time, I chose to slow down, take a deep breath, and respond. I tried a different approach, one rooted in softness, presence, and safety. I said something like, you're telling me something really important by using those words. You're having such a hard time. You're showing me something is really upsetting you, not just a regular upset, but big feelings. I see how hard it is right now, and I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. In that moment, I stopped trying to fix her. I just stayed. And you know what? She instantly softened. Her emotions became more regulated. Her breathing slowed. And eventually, out of the moment, We could dive deeper into those big feelings without shame or judgment, but for understanding. And honestly, to my knowledge, the child hasn't said those hateful words once since that moment of softness, safety, and presence. She didn't stop using those words because I asked her to or because I tried to force her to stop. She came back to herself because I stopped asking. I stopped trying to control her expression, and instead, I just stayed present. So that moment with her reminded me that I do this to myself too. I rush to reassure, to fix, to explain, when what I really need is to just stay with what's here. Have you ever felt that way where you just long to feel, to just be heard, not fixed, not helped? That's what this child needed. And maybe that's what the child inside of you still needs too. Many of us, myself included, of course, we can recall a moment of frustration when we just wanted to work through our thoughts or express something heavy, and we were met with judgment or shame, or maybe even a well-meaning friend or partner trying to fix our problem or tell us how to handle it. When what we really want and need in that moment is to simply feel seen, feel heard, because with simple, quiet presence, whether within ourselves or with someone beside us, safety and softness and healing come with it. We're able to pause, slow down, and regulate, noticing the mind-body connection, listening to the thoughts running in our heads. When we make space for that pause, just give ourselves the grace to slow down and truly hear ourselves and what our mind, body, and heart are telling us, there's peace that comes with that true presence. So what shifted for that child wasn't what I said. It was how I held the space. Because presence nourishes more than correction ever will. And for me, when I felt myself rushing to fix, I had to remember, I'm safe, she's safe. This isn't about being perfect. It's about staying present. So try it with me now. You're invited to hold space for yourself and whisper to your own system, I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be here. So let's create a micro ritual, a 30-second return to self moment. I can get that slide put up there. Take a screenshot if you'd like. There's just the simple steps. You're invited to join me. Close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. Place one hand to heart, one to belly. You should feel your breath in your belly, not your chest. And we're going to take 3 slow, deep exhales. And now whisper, I am safe even when I soften. My presence is enough. So now that we've grounded ourselves, I want to speak to you, okay? The one who keeps pushing, holding it all together, powering through. You know who you are. Have you considered this? Being the strong one is often just the one who never got to rest. Not because you wanted to be invincible, but because no one ever showed you softness could be safe. So let's reframe that idea of being the strong one. And I want you to truly hear these words and let them wash over you. You don't have to work harder to heal. You just have to offer the part of you that left a safe place to come home to. Remember, your nervous system isn't broken. It doesn't need fixed. It's just waiting for your presence. Now, I know Amy spoke earlier about tuning into your own body and nervous system using the power of the pause. And she walked us through a great body scan exercise of noticing what's happening in our body, awareness from the top down. So I would, right now, I'm not going to repeat that for you, but I'd like to invite you into a simple reflection. So my next slide can be brought up. And you can just think about this internally or in your journal, or maybe put it in the chat if you'd like. What would shift if you let softness lead? For me, I know when I think about softness leading, I can physically feel a release from pressure, some tightness in my body, in my chest, back and shoulder area, wherever you hold your tightness and your stress. I can physically feel it leave or lessen. We want to slow down and feel that shift. Let's free ourselves and our children from a legacy of emotional suppression masked as strength. Because you don't have to earn regulation, and you don't have to deserve rest. Now, this lens, this reframe, was really hard for me personally. I think our culture really prizes pushing ourselves, over functioning, staying composed even when we feel like we're drowning. But the truth is, it's not only admirable, it's a need that we've forgotten to not only set boundaries, but to ground yourself, to breathe, and to be and feel present. Beyond the return to self micro ritual we just walked through a moment ago, give yourself permission to do one small thing for yourself that gives rather than takes. Lie down for a few minutes in the middle of the day, or walk barefoot outside, pray, journal, reflect, whatever you need to do that helps you ground and come back to yourself. So this new perspective, the reframing of what it means to be the strong one, it often resonates with a lot of moms and parents, those in leadership. Again, you don't have to deserve rest. You can be soft and safe. And safety to me means things feel right within you. It's that inner peace and calm and confidence in who you are and the path you're walking. Many of us connect that feeling with spirituality, God, and worship. Maybe you feel it outdoors in nature. That's safety. It isn't the prize at the end of the performance of holding it all together as the strong one. You know, where from the outside we look like we've got everything together. That safety you're looking for, that you need, it's in your presence. And the permission you give yourself now and in every moment you choose to lead with softness. And you can still be the strong one, just redefine it. Be the strong one because you're learning to let go of what was never yours to carry. And I have a mantra. You're invited to repeat this mantra after me. Again, take a screenshot if you'd like. I'm human. I'm holy. I make mistakes. And I still love myself. I'm safe. I'm soft. In closing here, so my pastor once said that the most common reason people return to faith is simply because someone invited them. That's the power of invitation. Welcome, belonging, hope, love. So now you are invited not to have it all together, not to do more, not to prove more, but to come back home to yourself. We all have a deep longing inside of us for connection and safety and presence. This isn't about fixing. There's no shame, no push. It's about returning. And when we offer safety instead of pressure, the return happens on its own. We don't force it, we allow it. So join me in one more breath and let this breath carry you home.
Love it. Let's let the breath carry you home. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Love that breath carry you home. They love your the slide with the mantra. Somebody said they needed that. They love it. They're gonna save it. So lots of love in here for you. Like the rest that you need to deserve. So I gotta deserve my rest. Who should I ask permission?
That was actually a big mindset shift for me to think we don't have to deserve rest. We all deserve rest.
Yep, absolutely. Any questions for Coach Sarah? Any questions anyone has? That third way home. Love that. Beautiful message. I've been putting this slide up. What about yourself? What are we cutting? What
Yeah,
are we letting go, or a rope, or a wire? Who knows how we wired up? So what are we letting go?
I feel like we can cut away performance. I know
Well,
that's not on your slide there, but I've been thinking about it because I've been
well,
watching.
where did we get performance? Where were we demanded performance? The education system, the compliance, the performance. Train
Absolutely.
children to meet their benchmark and not become themselves.
Yeah, and even society's pressure. We
Yeah, society. Yeah, parents.
valued with our from our performance. We get our value from performance in society, and we don't have to perform. We
But
all
performance also comes in parenting, because how many of us parents are like, even as coaches, and when I was a tutor, parents would bring their children to me and be like there's a magic pill for this solution, and they should perform anyway. Like we're giving them coaching. Sometimes they blame the child that we're giving you tutoring. How come you're not still getting good grades? Like, what's wrong with you? Kind of conversations. That's
right.
performance
Yep,
parenting. Yeah.
absolutely. That's what we maybe see the most as parents, or in education, or in society. That's what we see from people, I think.
Yeah.
And instead of looking deeper at the person,
Yeah. But also, have you noticed that if I ask myself, like, end of the year, like accomplished, I would not count things that are not like huge performance based. I would just count them as, that's not a big deal. But I did this, I had that done. Even in that mindset, in how we frame our success, it's all performance based. It's not success.
absolutely, I agree.
So let's cut that. And our people who are watching and listening to us, whatever you need to cut it away, because you got to let it go. So you don't have to live in the puppet world. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Do you want to add? Do you have something to give away?
I just wanted to thank you again, Kohila, for the opportunity to share and be involved in this movement. And let's continue walking the journey together with everyone who's here today and who watches the replay.
Yeah, could you share with us what you're giving as a
Sure.
gift?
I just put my email up there, and just contact me if you want to continue your family's return to the roots. We're looking for peace and joy. Everybody wants that for ourselves, for our children, for their futures. They can, parents can just contact me through my email.
Awesome. Thank you. Return to roots and rediscover peace and joy. Love it. Thank you for your gift. Thank you for being here. You shared amazing things and you have lots of love in the chat. Thank you, Sarah.